Hi everyone. Okay, so it is Sunday, March 28th, 2021. It is the full moon in Libra here on the East Coast. We just went into it about an hour ago. And I was really guided yesterday during my meditation not to do a full moon in Libra reading, but to actually look more into April. I may have said this in my last video. When I channel, I don't remember much of anything. But for the equinox, Mary Magdalen came in like gangbusters. And she is still so ever present. And I just kind of found out the other day that Easter's next Sunday. So it's exactly a week after the full moon in Libra. And so, yeah, that might be one of the reasons she's coming in. But even more importantly, the spring equinox in this rebirthing of the year, this astrological new year of March 20th, 21, her energy really was so prominent in, as the energies shifted. And the greatest energy that was shifting, I personally was getting, is around sacred union. And of course, on the full moon in Libra, here we are. Libra's all about partnership and about marriage and about peace, love, harmony, And so it's this partnership of Libra at its highest vibration that can hold the container for a sacred union. Of course, in its lowest vibration, it ends up being codependency, which, let's face it, we've been doing that for how many eons? Okay, 5,000 years at least. So here we are. We are now in this place of Mary Magdalen coming in and wanting to give us an overall message for April. This is a quick message, but she really wanted to speak today in this full moon in Libra energy. And so what we are working with today is, of course, the Magdalen-Oracle by Sheranda and Kumara, and it's also illustrated by her. And then we'll be working with, yes, the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell, illustrated by Daniel Noel. And finally, we're going to pull a divine door by Engracia to see where we're headed overall for the month of April. Now, what's really fascinating is when I looked at the numerology for next Sunday for Easter, it is a 4/4 portal. So, Mary Magdalen, I was raised Catholic. So in my Catholic traditional upbringing, which, was in the 60s and the 70s, let's face it, Mary Magdalen was even in a very much of a transition kind of a phase in the church. I mean, I remember a young priest calling her a prostitute on the pulpit, right? So, but also, too, she is in the gospel, and they read it every Sunday on Easter, of how she is the first to open up the tomb to where Jesus has been buried. And she discovers he's not there, and instead she encounters him as the gardener outside. And the story of how she is so intricately interwoven and the messenger of this resurrection of divinity. And yes, there are many different variations to this story. That's the traditional one. And today, she's coming in not only as, let's say, the resurrection of sacred union from Lemurian times, but also the resurrection of ourselves within it and how we're able to transcend codependency in this Libra full moon to full completeness, to come into union with a partner, to actually, it's like doing the sacred union is I'm hearing it's like doing yoga. It's going to be like doing a yoga, and you don't have to be a yogi. You don't have to be, you don't have to be involved in that. Yoga just means union, and so it's about the sacred union being a practice, if you will. Now, the thing that Mary Magdalen wanted to say is, she keeps on reminding me, she wanted to address the twin flame. Now, many years ago, probably I don't even know, 2000, I think it was 2013, So that would be what, almost 8 years ago. I was chanting a mantra to bring in the divine partnership, a clear karma around your partnerships, which it certainly did with me, and then to bring in the divine partner. And so another woman of the Rose lineage, another Magdalen aficionado like me, devotee, she absolutely, between the two of us, Mary Magdalen appeared there. And Mary Magdalen said to me, because I had met my twin flame, I had dated my twin flame, and it was over. He was a totally, completely inappropriate partner for me to be with in this lifetime. And interestingly enough, he was a Libra. And so she said to me that the twin flame, as it was being described then, is just like a small drop in the ocean, and it's not the end all be all of what relationship is. And she was saying at that time, she was calling it the soul to soul relationship, is that was the elevated version that we could all be raised up into. And now I feel like I'm like, I can't talk. The sacred union is now the new phrase that's been coined for this soul-to-soul relationship out in the mainstream. So we're going to actually, they're telling me to start with the Work Your Light. So overall message for April for from Mary Magdalen. And she's showing me the 4-4 portal in particular. Yeah, let's do one card, please. Oh, wow, I'm getting like all of these. Oops. I may just have to. The cards are so sticky. I can't believe this. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Okay, don't dim to fit in. How are we dimming our light in order to fit in? Okay, so, interesting. That's our message for April. I know that with this Chiron and Aries in our astrology in the collective, this is about us embracing our wounds and really reveling in our individuality. And even Aries and the Aquarius overtones are all about, the individual. And so I'm feeling like, okay, especially if we're going into sacred union, to really just be ourselves, not what we think other people want. And this is for everyone. And so, of course, to communicate with love. However, I am feeling, because of the world that we are living in right now, there's been so much division. And so the sacred union is not only about the partnership between a man and a woman, or between a masculine and a feminine energy, but it is about the sacred union of polarities coming together in acknowledgement, so that we can respect each and everyone's individuality and respect their own sovereignty, and still be in the union of partnership in whatever way that forms. So April is also going to be the month where even more light workers are going to be called up, okay? That includes me. That includes you, because you're watching this video. Okay. And it doesn't mean like, oh my God, I gotta go get my Reiki Master certification or anything like that. It just means that we are, and I'm going to say the word responsibility. Saturn, we got this Saturn in Aquarius. Today in this, we're going to do a little astrology. We're in a grand trine. So between Saturn's in Aquarius, and the moon is in Libra, and Mars is in Gemini. So we have this beautiful grand trine all at 8 degrees. 8. We know the 8, and there's the 888. We know the 888 code is the goddess code. So the Saturn, the responsibility of Saturn in Aquarius right now is to be our individual selves and to show up. And to show up and just shine our light. Whether that means you're on YouTube, whether that means you just call a friend, you say a kind word to someone, whatever it is, you be polite in the line at the grocery store. and help someone out. It doesn't matter, you don't have to show up this formal healer, but this is like shining our light worker flag right now. And we shine that just through the auric field. Auric field is going to be I'm getting really important this month. So tending to your auric field, please, and knowing that you are projecting love, because you are love. Okay, what we're going to add to that is from the MagdaLion deck. So what else do we need to know or do about this message? Here we go. Ah! This card keeps on coming up. Okay. I don't think it's come up online, but it keeps on coming up elsewhere in readings and such. What more do we need to do or know? Sorry, tripping over my words today. Okay, Goddess Pele. She's in the house. Ignite your creative fire. Okay, this includes me. We are all being called to, to all those nudges that we all have been getting about, like, sit down and write, sit down and make a video, sit down and, just work on your screenplay, sit down and write that program up that you've been wanting to teach for so long. Sitting down and just coloring, sitting down and listening to music, standing up and dancing, whatever it is. Pele, the goddess, wrong one. Goddess Pele, she is the Hawaiian goddess of the volcano. She is known for her second chakra and third chakra energy. She gives us what she does with that third chakra energy is that's the energy of courage and of high self-esteem. She's giving us the high self-esteem to pursue our creative pursuits, because guess what? That's part of this don't dim to fit in. It's like everything that we have to say is worthy. Our individual life journeys are worthy of sharing. And so she is giving us the strength, the fortitude, the ambition, and the motivation to take action. And, volcano, that lava flows. And so it's like, instead of flowing like water, it's like, okay, everything can like flow like lava. And the interesting part about that is, lava then hardens. So I'm getting like, okay, the creativity flowing like the lava and then hardening into a project or into a healing or, excuse me, or into... something's coming up, or into, anything that we are sharing about ourselves through communication of any and all sorts. Okay, divine doorway that we are walking through in April. Which divine door is Mary Magdalen guiding us to? Oh, birth! I love it. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. So, especially this 4/4 portal, big rebirthing next Sunday. Big new energy. Like, they keep on showing me, like, I saw that equinox was an opening of this new gateway of energy, and then it would just open and open and open more. But it's like I'm hearing like the 4/4 portal next Sunday, and then the 8/8. The fact that we have that grand trine with the Mars and the Saturn and the Libra today in this full moon energy is indicative of the 3/8. So I'm getting the 8/8 Lionsgate portal in August. It's like another big bump up. I am getting a little bit, because I know I'm already hearing like people are like, well, what about the 555 portal? And yes, I am getting a little bit around, a little energy around that, but it's more in this 4-8 combination right now. And I'm curious, I'm like, how many stairs are being shown here? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the 4th one right here. Okay, so we've got this, we have the 4 stairs going up. So, yes, this is great that we are in this place of really being able to move into the next level of our divine destinies together. So, what I am personally going to do is, for me, it's like, okay, I have to like practice what I preach here, right? So, my share about not dimming to fit in and my creative potential is I've been guided to offer the Kuan Yin transition healing modality, which is I received the certification from Alana Fairchild a couple weeks ago. And so that's a beautiful energy healing modality. And I'll be writing a little bit more and putting it more into concrete over the next week. And then also, too, I did get a download for another style of reading, because I've been working with the asteroids astrologically, and you don't have to know anything about astrology. And it's this reading about looking at the asteroids in the chart, and looking at the asteroids tend to be related to the goddesses, but it's also looking at galactic starseed energy, and it's also will look at your Avalonian heritage and your Lemurian and your Atlantean heritage too. So, it's essentially I'm looking at the chart, and I am just going to channel then what comes through with a base knowledge of the asteroid and the astrology around that. So that's going to be called Astro Akasha Starseed Readings. So, be looking for those, and I will be giving you a more in-depth message around April, I'm sure, and many blessings for the Libra full moon. Much love. Bye.